Hi there, you are going to come with me to Goodwill. The first place we are going to look is the brown section. I do tend to go to this aisle first. It used to not be my favorite, and now I really like it. This was a piece of wood with some resin bears stuck in it, and in the same section was this studio art pottery vase. I like the kind of abstract painted design on both sides of it, and it was signed, and it had no chips or cracks, and I thought it was very pretty. So I decided to put it in my cart. And then the next thing I found was this starter pack, and I was thinking, is there a violin or a viola in here? My nephew used to play the viola. He was very, very good, and if he still played, maybe he could use this for extra pieces. This was a starter pack. There was no instrument in there. This probably came with an instrument, extra pieces in there. It was $12.99, but I left it there, and I looked at this handmade wooden shelf with a heart. And then this hot chocolate reminded me of the best hot chocolate I ever had was in Warsaw, Poland. My aunt took me there, and this hot chocolate was like warm pudding. It was the best hot chocolate I've ever had. These are party light candle votive holders. I think they look like seashells. I thought they were very sweet. And then down here, I thought, is this a towel? But then I realized it was a little doll that had stamped cross-stitch design of a bunny rabbit on her dress. And I thought about taking up a new hobby of candle making because it was going to be made easy, but I decided not to. Here's the egg maker. And look, a squirrel mug from the movie Up. That's a great movie. Here is the other side of the brown section. I am giving you kind of a overview of what it looks like. And on the top shelf, they did still have some of the drafts. Someone had pointed out to me that in my last video, I missed this one and that it was Red Wing pottery. And I did look it up. It does look very similar to the Red Wing pottery figurine, but all of these giraffes are resin. And I will now keep a lookout for the Red Wing pottery giraffe in the future because it does sell well and it's actually super duper cute. And here I am looking and seeing and making sure that I got all of the giraffes that I wanted from previous visits, and I was happy with what I had picked up. Here is a wooden ice bucket for only $1.99. And sometimes you have to dig around when there's a jumble of stuff on the shelf, which I kind of like. But you do have to be careful because things can fall. I saw this. This was a tissue cover, and it reminded me of my grandpa. And then it was okay. He had a hidden compartment in his study that looked like books. And so this tissue cover reminded me of him and his secret little area in his study. Here is the red section. I used to do Zumba. There was an exercise Zumba box, and I really like Zumba, but then I always got a headache afterwards because I would get so hot. Here is an aquarium, and then I found another aquarium. I think I found 3 of those aquariums. And then here was a shaggy blanket kit ready to go and make. And here is a sweet little vase, but I decided to leave that there. Quite a few people have remarked that Goodwill puts the price tag on the labels. And I noticed that they didn't. They didn't do it on this cup, and they didn't do it on these plates. And so I wonder if they're changing their rules of how they put price tags, because normally that price tag would have gone over that label. So I wonder if Goodwill is finally listening to our pleas of please don't put anything over the label. Like here, they put the price tag on the side. Normally they would have put it on the bottom, even though these weren't marked. I think these might be Target or IKEA, if I had to guess. I don't know, because they weren't marked. I thought they were nice. They were $1.99 a piece. So I'm hoping that Goodwill will continue, just like the Goodwills up in Bethlehem, that we saw that they weren't putting the price tags on the labels, that they start putting them next to the labels. There's the sugar and creamer. I thought about it and then I just decided no. This was one of the bins. They were restocking. I thought this was an interesting vase, but I like the one I had just picked up. And now see, there's another aquarium. Now I'm having you help me look on the bottom shelf for things. There was a pogo stick. I decided against the pogo stick. And I was looking and looking and looking, but I don't think I found anything here. There was a stack of these orange dishes, but if I'm not mistaken, that Royal Norfolk is from Dollar Tree. I was seeing if there were any coasters in that little container, and there wasn't. And now I'm just seeing if there's anything that catches my eye. And now we've moved on to the blue section. Giving it a once over before I hopefully zoom in on something. Someone else had mentioned that this might be Jerusalem glass. I did look this up and found a sold vase on eBay that they didn't know exactly what it was, and it didn't sell for very much money. It looked just like this one, and so I put that back on the shelf. Here are some switch plates and a hobbyist basket. Now, I do love hobbyist pieces, but this was a very large basket, and I was thinking this isn't going to fit in a 12 by 12 by 12, and anything over 36 inches, your shipping will go way high. So I do try to keep everything under 36 inches if at all possible. So I decided to put it on the top shelf for somebody else. Now I'm seeing what else can we find. Christy, she left her mug there. That Christy mug has been here for a while. I was thinking this was art pottery, but it was manufactured. And this would have had a bowl and an underplate, so it looks like a person. Or the bowl I think goes on top of that cup. And then here were some patriotic ornaments. Seeing if these were Christopher Radko. They were not, so I left those there. And here was an angel. I like the color and look of this canister with the seashells on it. That would have paired nicely with those party light votive candle holders. And then I found it. This is so pretty. It's going to be very hard to part with it. It's so nice. And with Valentine's coming up, look at this. It's a jewelry box, music box. And I believe it's made out of cedar because when I opened it up and smelled it, it smells like cedar wood. And then I flipped it over and saw that it was handcrafted at the Maine State Prison. I love handcrafted items, and it didn't surprise me that the workmanship came from a prison. My dad used to go to the Florence, Arizona State Prison. They have a shop there, and he has jackets that were made in that prison that he likes. Here is a 3-tray dish. This is lacquerware. I've sold these before. It has some wear, but it's consistent with its age and previous use. It is Toyo, and so I decided to get those. And so here is a cart update. That little green basket, you will see later how I am choosing to sell it. I'm adding some things to it. And here is a little, you would sit it was glass, and Mary Englebright got her inspiration from that author, Joan Walsh England, I believe is her name. And then I found this. I know some of you are like, oh, why did you pick that up? I picked it up because some people will like this, and I really like the workmanship of it. And so I thought this was kind of a fun day because I have that wooden box and this stitchery. So it was kind of a handcrafted visit to Goodwill. This, I do like buying fused glass pieces, but I felt that this was a student piece because it had all these different little pieces to it. So for some reason I left that there. But I did find this beautiful vase. Look how pretty this one is. It is signed, you can't tell, but it is signed. I thought the colors on this was gorgeous. And then here are some made in Japan little sauce dishes of fruits and vegetables. And then they were restocking again, and I pulled this out, and this has a Walt Disney World print on it. And I thought, I have this. Jimmy and I went to Walt Disney World for our second anniversary way back in the 1900s. Here is us. Look, it does not even look like me. It looks like him. And we went here on our second anniversary. They were building Animal Kingdom at the time. That's how old it's been since we went there. It's been over 20 years. So we have this hanging up, and ours doesn't say Walt Disney World. Just has Jimmy's profile and some random lady that doesn't even look, I don't feel that looks like me. It looks like my haircut, but that is not my nose. Here we are. Look at these babies. Look, that thing that is around him, that is a camera. Cell phones weren't even invented yet when I went to Disney World. But we did get to meet Mickey Mouse, and so I thought you would enjoy this picture of these two little babies meeting Mickey Mouse. That was an excellent trip. It was so much fun. We drove down there in our van. So much fun. All right, back to shopping. So I put the picture, the silhouette picture back, and then look, this was authentically vintage because the glass said vintage on it. So here was a vintage glass. And then here is some good advice. Keep calm and love hippos. Here is the music box again. Here are the rest of the items that I picked up on this trip to Goodwill. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for subscribing and hitting the thumbs up and leaving comments. I do read every comment. I hope you are having a great day, and I'll see ya.